What a night in Catalonia, folks. Barcelona didn't just beat Girona, they tore them apart in a 4-1 demolition that screamed, "This is why we're top of LaLiga." If you caught the action, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, buckle up, because this was a masterclass in dominance. From the very first whistle, Barcelona grabbed this game by the throat. They weren't just playing at home, they were owning that pitch. The numbers tell the tale. 70% possession, 21 shots to Girona's lonely 4, and an expected goals tally of 2.60 to Girona's 0.49. This wasn't a contest, it was a statement. Hansi Flick shuffled the deck with 4 changes from the Osasuna win, and the biggest name back in the mix? Robert Lewandowski, La Liga's goal king with 23 to his name before kickoff. And oh, did he put on a show? But we'll get there. For 40 agonizing minutes, Barcelona knocked and knocked, but the Girona door refused to budge. Frustration simmered in the stadium as chance after chance slipped away. Lamine Yamal, the teenage sensation, was a one-man highlight reel, dancing through defenders and peppering shots at Gazzaniga. In the 15th minute, he came inches from glory, weaving past 2 men only to be denied. Just minutes before that, he set up Lewandowski, but again the Girona keeper stood tall. Then, a slice of luck, or maybe just football karma, broke the deadlock. In the 43rd minute, a Yamal free kick ricocheted off Krejci's hand and into the net. Call it fortunate if you want, but when you dominate like that, you earn your breaks. 1-0 at the half, and honestly, that score flattered Girona. Barcelona's first half control was absurd. 72 possession, 10 shots, expected goals of 0.98 to Girona 0.22. The only real mystery? How they weren't already out of sight. But football loves a twist. Out of nowhere, Girona struck back in the 53rd minute. Arthur intercepted a sloppy pass, blind teed up Arnaut Danjuma, and boom, clinical finish past Szczesny. 1-1. Camp Nou fell silent. Was this about to turn into another Girona shocker like last season's wild 4-2 upset? Not a chance. Champions don't fold, they rise. And Barcelona rose in style. Just 8 minutes after Girona's equalizer, they took the lead back with sheer brilliance. Gavi floated it to Lopez, who nodded it into the path of Lewandowski. The Polish maestro, with the confidence of a man who's done this 1,000 times, pulled off an audacious volley through Gazzaniga's legs. 2-1, and just like that, Girona's hope was snuffed out. The floodgates creaked open. Minutes later, Eric Garcia curled a shot off the post, so close to making it 3. The pressure was relentless. And the goals? Oh, they were coming. Minute 77, and boom! Instant impact. Frenkie de Jong had barely set foot on the pitch before reminding everyone why he's pure gold in this Barcelona side. With that trademark elegance, he spun away from his marker, surged forward like a man on a mission, and picked out Lewandowski with laser-like precision. The Polish hitman? He did what he does best, cool as you like, slipping the ball past Gazzaniga for his 2nd of the night and his 25th of the season. Age? Just a number. Lewandowski is still built different. At 3-1, you could feel Girona deflate. They'd fought back after equalizing, shown some bite, but Barcelona's sheer quality was just too much. The visitors tried to hit back. Danjuma flashed a dangerous ball across goal in the 74th minute, but nobody was there to meet it. That was Girona's last real threat. And just when you thought Barca was done, they saved some magic for the finale. Minute 86, Martin with a sharp bit of vision picking out Ferran Torres in the box. What happened next was pure class. A silky first touch, a cool shift to make space, and bang! Bottom corner, no chance for Gazzaniga. A beauty of a goal, and a reminder that Torres still has that spark, even with limited minutes this season. But Barcelona wasn't done feasting. Minute 90, Lamine Yamal, electric all game, cut inside and unleashed a rocket that rattled the crossbar. So close, yet so cruel. He didn't get his name on the score sheet, but make no mistake, his fingerprints were all over this win. The kid is a problem for defenders, and he's only just getting started. Special mention? Fermin Lopez. This guy was everywhere. His movement, his passing, his intelligence, top-class performance. And Eric Garcia? Nearly got himself a goal, denied only by the woodwork. Under Hansi Flick, he's reinvented himself, proving to be a key piece in this evolving Barcelona machine. Final whistle. 4-1. Another statement win that keeps Barca perched at the top of La Liga, edging Real Madrid on goal difference. But more than the 3 points, it was the way they won. Ruthless, stylish, relentless. This team isn't just aiming for the title. They're demanding it. As for Girona, the slump continues. Winless in 6, hanging on to 12th place, and still clinging to European dreams. With Spain's European performance spot in play, there's still hope, but Michel's men need to rediscover their early season fire. Fast. What stood out most? Barcelona's hunger. Even at 3-1, they were chasing, pressing, demanding more. That's the mentality of champions. Bringing on players like De Jong and Torres from the bench, that's squad depth at its finest. Hansi Flick has a serious arsenal at his disposal. Oh, and Yamal, what a performance. A constant nightmare for Girona's defense. His free kick led to the opener, his dribbling created chaos, and he was inches away from a goal of his own. The heir to Messi's throne, too soon to say. But this kid? Special. And then there's Lewandowski. 2 goals, 25 for the season, and still the king of LaLiga scorers. That second goal? Acrobatics, instinct, ice-cold finishing, the stuff of elite strikers. At 36, he's showing no signs of slowing down. For Girona, there were glimpses of fight, especially with Danjuma's equalizer. But in the end, they ran into a Barca team in full flight. 19 games unbeaten, 16 wins, 8 straight La Liga victories. This Barcelona team is a freight train. And if they keep playing like this, there's only one destination, lifting that trophy in May. What makes this Barcelona side under Hansi Flick so special? It's that perfect blend of experience and youth. Seasoned warriors like Lewandowski delivering in the clutch, while young phenoms like Yamal electrify the pitch. The present and the future, working in harmony. And that balance? It's been the secret sauce to their dominance this season. Let's break it down. From the first whistle, Barcelona's press was absolutely suffocating. Girona couldn't breathe, let alone string together meaningful attacks. Every misplaced pass, every loose touch, pounced on. Fermin Lopez nearly capitalized in the 50th minute, firing over after another ruthless high-pressing sequence. Then you had the fullbacks, especially Koundé, getting forward like wingers. Take the 7th minute. Beautiful build-up. Koundé drives inside, lays it off to Lopez, but Gazzaniga keeps it out. That attacking intent? It's classic Flick. High risk, high reward, and pure entertainment. In midfield, the trio of Gavi, Eric Garcia, and Pedri ran the show. Smooth in possession, sharp in transition, relentless in the press. And the moment they lost the ball, boom. Counter-press engaged, winning it back within seconds. That's how you control a game. But what truly set Barcelona apart today was their response to adversity. When Danjuma equalized, Girona had a flicker of hope. A lesser team might have panicked, not this one. They stayed composed, stuck to the plan, and within minutes, they were back in front. That's the mentality of champions, unshaken, unfazed, unstoppable. And then came the masterstroke. Frenkie de Jong off the bench in the 66th minute. Girona was starting to grow into the game, and Flick responded with a trump card. Within minutes, de Jong turned his marker inside out, surged forward, and served up a perfect assist for Lewandowski's second. That's quality. That's depth. That's why Barcelona is where they are. Same story with Ferran Torres. On in the 67th minute, goal in the 86th. Limited minutes, but maximum impact. That's the kind of squad depth that wins titles. For Girona, this was a humbling reality check. Last season, they made history with a Champions League qualification. This season, a different battle. Sitting 12th, struggling for form, but still clinging to European hopes. Michel is a smart coach, and with players like Danjuma, who took his goal well, they've got the talent to climb. But they need to find their spark, fast. They did make some smart tweaks in the second half. More aggression, more risk-taking, and for a brief moment it paid off. But in the end, the gap in quality was just too much. Barcelona had too much control, too much firepower, too much of everything. Now, let's talk matchups. The Yamal versus Gutierrez battle on the right flank? One for the highlight reel. Yamal was electric, beating his man over and over, showing maturity beyond his years. He's only 17, but his composure, decision-making, and vision are already elite. La Masia has unearthed another gem, and the world is watching. At the back, Ronald Araujo was an absolute rock. Dominant, composed, a leader in every sense. That header in the 22nd minute? Only denied by a stunning Gazzaniga save. On another day, he's on the scoresheet. His partnership with Inigo Martinez is solidifying nicely, giving Barcelona a foundation strong enough to let their attack flourish. And oh, that attacking movement. Fluid, unpredictable, vintage Barcelona. The 57th minute was a perfect example. A stunning cross-field pass finds Yamal, who controls it like it's glued to his foot. He feeds Koundé, who whips it across for Lewandowski, just inches away from a tap-in. That's how you dismantle a defense. Bottom line? This Barcelona side isn't just winning games, they're making statements. They're playing the kind of football that makes you believe they'll be lifting that trophy in May. And if they keep this up, who's stopping them? Lamine Yamal. Take a bow, kid. This was his game, his stage, his moment. Everything good about Barcelona's attack had his fingerprints all over it. His wicked free kick led to the opener, and that thunderous strike in the 90th minute, inches away from glory, rattling off the crossbar. The way he glided inside, picked his spot and let fly, it screamed confidence, class, and an instinctive hunger for goals. What's scary? He does this every week. Most 17-year-olds are still trying to find their way in senior football. Yamal? He's already a cornerstone for one of the biggest clubs in the world. Talent like this doesn't come around often, and Barcelona knows exactly what they have on their hands. But let's not forget Pedri's brilliance. The midfield metronome was pure silk, dictating play, linking defense to attack with effortless precision. That 57th minute crossfield dime to Yamal? Outrageous. Barcelona's midfield dynasty, Xavi, Iniesta, and now Pedri and Gavi, keeps rolling on. And how about Eric Garcia? Normally the quiet enforcer, today he stepped up into a more advanced role, nearly marking the occasion with a beauty of a strike that clattered off the post in the 60th minute. Versatility like that? Absolute gold in the modern game. For Girona, this one stings. But let's be real, they ran into a Barcelona side firing on all cylinders. Michel has worked wonders with this squad, dragging them to the Champions League last season. The challenge now? Regroup, learn, and use this as fuel for the fight ahead. Meanwhile, Barcelona's unbeaten streak, 19 games and counting. 8 straight LaLiga wins, top of the table, locked in a battle with Real Madrid. If they keep this level of intensity and execution, who's stopping them from lifting the title in May? And let's talk squad depth. When you can bring Frenkie de Jong, Ferran Torres, and Alejandro Balde off the bench, you're in a very, very good place. Flick's ability to rotate and keep this team fresh is going to be massive as the season reaches its boiling point. Even with the game wrapped up at 4-1, Barcelona wanted more. That's the mindset of a champion. In stoppage time, Balde took the ball from Missahui, charged into the box, and forced a save from Gazzaniga. No coasting, no easing off, just relentless ambition. And then in the 93rd minute, one last surge. Ferran Torres feeds Yamal, and the teenager looks set to cap his dazzling performance with a goal, until Girona scramble enough bodies back to shut him down. But that's the story of this team. Always attacking, always entertaining, always honoring the club's attacking DNA. Final whistle blows, and it's job done. A commanding 4-1 win. 3 points, top of LaLiga. But more than the result, it's the manner of the performance that sends a message. Flick's Barcelona is playing with confidence, swagger, and pure joy. For Girona, it's back to the drawing board. They're still 12th, still in the mix for European football, but they need to rediscover their early season magic if they want to stay in that conversation. But today? Today was all about Barcelona. From the rock-solid duo of Araujo and Martinez, to the midfield mastery of Pedri and Garcia, to the attacking brilliance of Yamal and Lewandowski, this was dominance from start to finish. 70% possession, 21 shots to Girona's 4. Expected goals? 2.60 to 0.49. The numbers don't lie. Barcelona ran the show. Lewandowski will grab the headlines with his brace, taking his La Liga tally to 25. But make no mistake, this was a team statement. Every player stepped up. Every player delivered. And if this is what they're bringing to the table down the stretch, Real Madrid, you'd better be ready.